Hello and welcome, I am Apike, and in this video I'll explain how CM Ranked works, specifically Season 2. So before we begin, I'll explain the main menu, the one when you open Zone with Rank, and then I'll get into the core settings and all of this complicated stuff. So, to begin with, this big number right here, Elite level 34. This Elite level has nothing to do with your rank. It's completely separate. It's an exclusive rank for Somewhat Ranked. Currently I'm level 34, and the max level is 40. In Season 1 it used to be level 30, and in this season it's level 40. Now what this does is every time you level up, there are some points where you unlock core slots, like these things at the beginning that are unlocked. I'll explain them later in the video. I'll put a link in the description below to the CrossFire wiki, and you can click on that, and it'll tell you exactly how much XP you need and at which level you unlock which core. So moving on, to the right we have our scores and rankings. There are currently 3 maps in Season 2, which are Haunted Mansion, Space Junkyard, and Elite on Earth. And every time you finish a map you get a score, and your total match ranking is your total score of all 3 maps combined. So if you take these 3 numbers, you'll get that number. And with this current score I have, I'm ranked 177 on the leaderboard. And this 0.9% you see is my position within the top 100% of all Somewhat Ranked players. So let's go to the rankings / leaderboards. Okay, so here in the leaderboards, you can see the top 100 players' elite level, their rank, their names / IGN, their total score, their highest achieved stage, and their fastest finishing time. There's only 100 spots, so it's a top 100 basically. Over here at the drop-down menu, you can also check for specific maps like Haunted Mansion, Space Junkyards, and Elite on Earth to see who did the most damage on them, and their time and which stage they did, etc. Now, the sad thing is there are cheaters in this game, and that also includes Somewhat Ranked. So what some players do is they invite a cheater, they let him kill all the zombies for them, and then right at the end, right before the game ends, they make the cheater leave. And because of that, the name doesn't get recorded. And I know for a fact these guys did it because they did last season as well. And you can also see that the DPS they have. Like for example, the legit teams, they all have 8,000, 7,000, 9,000 average DPS. And then you got people like Flitchit and Overdream, they have 1,000 DPS, and they finished stage 45 faster solo than a team of 5. And then you have this guy, 19,000 DPS. Yeah, this is an obvious cheater right here. But anywho, if they do end up getting banned, then it's their problem. So, moving on. Before I explain what all these buttons do, I'll first click on Update Note. This is just what they changed in this season compared to last season. You can read over it if you want. But Contents Guide. I won't go into detail what page 2, 3, and 4 are, because I'll explain all these things in this video. But this is important. Somewhat Rank. If you have below 1,000 points, you'll be bronze. If you have above 1,000 points, you will silver, and above 2,000 points, you'll be gold. And what these points are, it's this right here, your match ranking, your total score. If you want to be platinum, diamond, master, legend, or grandmaster, you'll need to be within the top 20%, top 10%, top 5%, top 1%, and top 100. And these percentages, they're talking about this number. It's basically your ranking in percentage. I'm currently rank 177, and that puts me in the top 0.9%. Because that's within 1%, I'll get the legend border right here. Last season, I ended up being within the top 5%, and because of that, I got the purple border. So the reason why I showed the contents guide first, because it'll be important when I'm explaining the end of season rewards. So with the buttons, let's start from the top. Weekly stats. Stats, also known as obstacles, are basically a bunch of traps you have to deal with every week, and they change on Monday. The current stats are lava, bomb, Toxic Smoke, and Darkness. And once I'm done explaining the menu and the core settings, I'll go into detail over what each and every obstacle does and how you can avoid them and dodge them. And also when they will appear, because I have a list for that. So right below weekly sets are a weekly play reward. And what this is basically, for every 5 games you play, it doesn't matter which stage or which map, you get 2 rare core box and 1 weapon piece box. And this thing contains scores, which are these things. And the weapon piece box, I'll show you in storage what it has. It has weapon pieces. Moving on, we have weekly achievement reward, and what this is, you get the reward based on the highest stage you completed this week. It doesn't matter on which map, you just have to complete 1 high stage. What you get is you get the Tesla gold piece and core boxes, depending on the stage. If you want to get the highest reward, the highest you can get per week is 8 pieces of Tesla gold and 2 precious core boxes. Now you don't necessarily have to do stage 45, you can also just do stage 41, because they give the same reward. They both give 8 pieces and 2 pieces. On stage 40 you get less though, you get 7 and 1. So all you have to do is complete stage 41 once per week before Monday, because that's when they reset, and then you get these 2 rewards. Next up, season stage reward. Now what this is for every stage 5, 10 stage 10, 15, every time you finish one of these stages you get a reward that corresponds to the stage you complete. And there are rewards for this on every map, and you don't have to do them all one by one. Like, you don't have to complete stage 5 and then 10. If you can also just complete stage 40 and you get all the rewards that were for that. So you have to remember though that there are rewards like this for every map, so just complete stage 40 on all 3 maps, and then you get all the rewards. Alright, so the next one is end of season reward, the one I was talking about earlier. Now I don't know when the season will end. Some people have been saying that it will end when the current ranked season ends, this one. Oh, yeah, I'll de-rank in 3 days apparently. So they've been saying that when this one ends, that's when Zombot Ranked's gonna end, and supposedly they say that it will end when the current Mercenary Pass ends, but we don't know that for sure. What I do know for sure though is that these are the rewards that you'll get. If you want to know which one you get, you just click on the icon that you have, and then you can see. If you're bronze, you can only get 3 normal core boxes. If you're silver, you get 3 awakening jewels. Gold gets all of these stuff, and they're actually kind of the same, I think. Yeah, they're all the same starting from gold, except you get more and more. If you're wondering what Grandmaster ZM Aura is, it's talking about the border. If I'll go to my storage real quick. I go to item, and then wait. Yeah, it's like this thing, the character frame. Yeah, right there. No. Yeah, so last season I was master, and because of that I got the master border, and I can show you right here how it looks like. Just like that. Very nice. Okay, back to ranked TM. So that's what the end of season award is about. And last but not least, play reward. This button, what it says, is just saying that what kind of rewards you can get when you finish a map. So you can get cores, you can get weapon pieces, awakening jewels. The kind of weapon pieces you can get are things like the M4 laser pieces, the Gatling gun wild shot pieces. You can also get the Raging Bull Buster, which I'll show in action later in the video. Alright, so now that we know what all these buttons do, let's check out the maps. So these are all the maps. We currently have 3 maps, which are Haunted Mansion, Space Junkyard, and Elite in Earth. All 3 of these maps have stages, with stage 1 being the lowest and the easiest, and stage 45 being the last and also the hardest. Every time you go up a stage, the zombies get more HP and also do more damage. You can just hover over them like this, and you can see how much stronger they get. If you click on the link below that leads to the wiki, you can also just check out exactly how much HP they get and how much more damage they do. So the last thing I want to show before I go to core settings is what these buttons down here do. So close, obviously close the window. Start, not start directly, but just start. If you press start, it will start searching for other players that are playing the same map and same stage as you. If you have expanded matching range on, then it will also look for those that are looking for stage 3 stages below you or 3 stages above you. So if I were to queue, for example, stage 10, then it would also look for players that are playing stage 7 and 13, anything in between that. Start directly. If you press that, it will just immediately start with either solo, or if you have friends in it, will start with a team. Invite a friend. Obviously, you can invite a friend that's in your friend list. Do you know though, if you want to invite someone, you have to be in the same server region. So if your friend's in EU, then you also have to be in EU. You can't be like one in A, one in EU. You have to be in the same server region in order to be able to play together. And then you find group. Now, I only used this once before, and what this does, you can look for people that are already in a group and are still not queuing. And the only place where this will be useful is when you don't want to add the person or you don't have a spot in the friend list. And you can, if I remember correctly, you have to just search for the map and then put the stage and then search, and it will appear here, and then you have to click on a button here, and the host in the other group has to accept. But I never really used it because I just get invited anyway. So that's what these 5 buttons do. Okay, so let's get to the core settings. Alright, so let's dismantle all of this. Before we start though, there's 2 tabs, Equip Core and Core Synthesis, and I'll get this one later. But first, Equip Core. Right here under Total, these are all the cores that I currently own, but I don't have equipped. These are the ones I have equipped, and these are the ones that I don't have equipped. And you can sort them by clicking on these tabs. Attack cores are all red, defense cores are all green, utility cores are all blue, and special cores are all purple. Now, you may have noticed, but they all have a star under them. 1 star means they're the weakest kind of core, 2 star is the middle of the pack, and 3 star is the best kind of core you can get. And they also have a letter right next to them. D is the lowest, and then it goes down, it goes up like C, B, A, and S, and then S is the best rank. Now, what you have to remember is that that the star level is more important than the letter that they have. So, for example, if you have a 3-star D rank core, that one's gonna be better than a 2-star S rank core, because once again, star level is more important than the letter. But I'll explain all this in core synthesis. So, there are 4 colors, and within those 4 colors there are different types as well. Among the red cores, there's damage increase, critical damage, and critical rate. These are the 3 main types among the red cores, but there's also a combination between them, as you can see here. We like to call these types dual cores. Now, what they all do is damage increase your overall damage. It's a white number C when you're shooting zombies. Critical damage is the orange number C when you're shooting zombies, and this number is always higher than a normal damage. And critical rate increases the chances for you to do critical damage, so you get more orange numbers than white numbers. Among the green cores, there are also 3 types, which are HP increase, HP recovery, and stat defense increase. And just like the red cores, there's also a combination of these 3 in the form of dual cores. What these 3 do is HP increase your in-game HP cap, which is 100 by default. HP recovery makes you regenerate HP every 5 seconds until your HP is full, and stat defense makes you take less damage from both obstacles and zombies. Back in season 1, it would only make you take less damage from obstacles, but they've changed that this season. Now you also take less damage from zombies and bosses. Among the blue cores, there are also 3 types, which are respawn time decrease, movement increase, and flash cooldown / dodge reduction. Once again, there are also combinations of these 3 in the form of dual cores. What these 3 do is respawn time decrease, reduce the amount of time needed to respawn after you died. Movement increase your movement speed and makes you run faster, and this one is very good for dodging attacks as well. And flash cooldown reduction reduces the cooldown time of your shift ability. Do know though that shifting is almost rank doesn't give you the invincibility like in other zone modes. It's only there to give you a small boost in movement speed. Lastly, among the purple cores there are 7 types, which are rifle damage increase, machine gun damage increase, submachine gun damage increase, shotgun damage increase, sniper rifle damage increase, normal damage increase, and boss damage increase. This time there are no combinations between any of these cores, so they're all single type cores. What these 7 special cores do is the rifle damage increase core increase the damage of rifles such as the M4 laser. The machine gun damage increase core increase the damage from MGs such as the Tesla and Gatling gun Wildshot. Submachine gun damage increase the damage of SMGs such as the P90 Wildshot. The shotgun damage increase core increase the damage of shotguns like the A12 Buster or the Righteous Shotgun. The sniper rifle damage increase core increase the damage of snipers such as the SR25 Burning Shot. The normal damage increase core increase your damage against normal zombies but not against bosses as far as I know. And the boss damage increase core increase your damage against bosses, and this one's pretty good for Haunted Mansion and Space Junkyard. Alrighty then, so now to know which core types there are and what they all do, let's look over to the right. On this wheel, these are all the cores that I currently have equipped. When you start out and you're elite level 1, all of your core slots will be locked, and once you reach level 34 and beyond, then you unlock all of the core slots except for 1 red core slot, 1 green core slot, and 1 blue core slot. And I'm assuming that we'll be able to unlock these once Season 3 arrives and they add more content and maybe increase the elite level cap. But I'm not sure about that. Here in the center, these are all the bonuses that all these cores are giving me. Like for example, I have 45.5 damage increase, and when I remove one, like this, it's lowering, and when I put back, it goes back up. Do know that when you click on close and you change something, it doesn't actually save. You actually have to press save before it saves any changes you make. Now, as for the best combination, I have this one picture of that Golden Light sent to me of CrossFire China, and supposedly someone there figured out the best combination, and according to them, the best cores you can equip for attack are 2 crit rate cores, 2 crit rate plus crit damage dual cores, and 3 normal damage increase plus crit damage dual cores. Now, I'm not too sure how good this is, but it looks like a pretty good combination to me. For defense, they went with full HP increase plus stat defense dual cores, but I don't really recommend that because I'd say you should get at least 1 HP recovery core, even if it's part of a dual core, just so you can keep on recovering your HP if you get hit instead of having to use hypomeds. For utility, they went for 5 flash cooldown reduction plus respawn time reduction dual cores, and 2 respawn time reduction single cores. Once again, I disagree with this one because on stage 45, if you want to get the most points possible, then you're not supposed to die even once. So instead of having respawn time reduction cores, you're better off swapping them with movement speed increase cores so you can dodge attacks more easily. For special, they went with full rifle cores, which is a good combination. If you have the right shotgun, then obviously go with full shotgun cores. Now, what I heard some players do on Haunted Mansion especially is they have half the players use the right shotgun with full shotgun cores, while the other half use them for laser with 2 rifle cores and 2 boss damage cores. And the reason for that is because the last boss on Haunted Mansion is flying, and because it's flying, the right shotgun is a bit weak against it. So they use the right shotgun users to kill the normal zombies, while the M4 laser users are there to kill the last boss. And then what else they show is the VIP characters and items and which VIP weapons are good. And I'll get to those tips later on in the video. You can experiment with these things yourself and see what works for you. But if you don't want to do that, then you can just equip the cores that I mentioned earlier. Now there's one last menu related thing to explain before we can jump over to the obstacles and tips, which is core synthesis. And the way this works is here you can melt your cores that you don't want, and you can potentially get a better core. And the way that works is you have 9 slots at the top and 3 slots at the bottom. These are the results, and here's where you put your cores that you don't want. So for example, I can put 3 red cores, and you see how it has like a red glow around it? What this means is that if I sacrifice these 3 cores, if I click on melt, then it'll definitely give me a red core, no matter what. It'll always give you a red core. If I do it with green, for example, 3 greens, it'll always give me a green core. Now if you mix them, like for example I have 2 green cores and 1 red core, you see how it has like a rainbow color around it? What this means is that it could be any core. If I melt these three, it could be either red, green, blue, or purple. So if you only want, for example, if you want to make your red cores better, then you should only melt the red cores with red cores, never melt them with anything else. To remember though that they're all connected, these 9 slots, so if I add one green one to the second slot, it'll still give me a rainbow, you know, a random core. So make sure that if you're melting these red cores, do them either all together at once or do them just 3, 3, 3, 3. Now before I start synthesizing, I'll first go to my storage to get some extra cores and then I'll be back. So if you go to storage, then to item, and then click on the search bar and type in core. These are all the core boxes that are available this season. So the blue ones are the normal core boxes, the yellow ones are the rare core boxes, and the red ones are the precious core boxes. The blue ones only give 1-star cores, the yellow ones give only 2-star cores, and the red ones only give 3-star cores. And you can tell by the word at the beginning as well, common, uncommon, and then precious. That's what they stand for. Common is 1-star, uncommon is 2-star, and precious is always 3-star. So let me open them up. Ooh, that's an 3-star. Alright. Another 3-star. Very nice. There's another way to get cores though, and that's with cubes. Let me type in cube. So these are all the cubes that you can get from just completing the stage, and it's an end of game reward. And I don't know what they all give exactly, but I do know that the higher the stage you play, the higher the level of the cube. I know you have to play at least level 41 for elite cube level 5. Oh yeah, wait, if you go to your storage and go to item and type piece into the search bar, and wait, oh no, actually no, it's weapon. If you type weapon, you can see there's this thing called the weapon piece box, and this is also another thing you can get at the end of the game, and you can get these weapon pieces from them. You can also get the Raging Bull Buster piece, like you saw there. Okay, now we can go back. Alrighty, so a few days have passed, and I played a bit of somewhat ranked, and while I was at it, I thought I might as well just show what it looks like when you open somewhat ranked and see how the rewards look like. So when you open it, this is how it looks like. The weekly achievement reward, you get your Tesla pieces, and in my case it was 8. Let's see. There we go, 8. And then I get 2 precious core box, and I'm also in the top 100 now because I got helped by some friends. So I'm gonna go open them up, and then we can go back to core settings. So be right back. Okay, so now we can finally start synthesizing our cores. So the way this works is you're supposed to choose cores that are the same star level and the same letter as well. That's the best way to do it. So like for example, let's see here. I have a bunch of these. This one. Yeah, okay. So there's for example a 2-star D, another 2-star D, and then another 2-star D. And you can see here at the bottom it says expected amount can acquire 1, that means I can only get 1. Expected result, and it says advanced D or top D, and what that means, advanced is 2-star, top means 3-star, and then there was, wait, what was the 1-star again? Let me check real quick. So 1-star, 1-star, and then 1-star. Oh, okay, normal. So normal, advanced, and then top. What did I equip again? It was D, D, and then D. Or actually wait, it was like this, and then like this. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I am sacrificing a purple, a green, and a blue D 2-star core, and that'll give me a random 2-star D core or a 3-star D core. So let's see what it does. Well, that's a fail. Give me a B. So that's it's basically a loss at 2 that I just sacrificed. Let's try it again. Let's see here. I could remove these. That's gonna give me a blue card. The blue cards aren't that good. Maybe a 2-star C. No. Alright, can still use this one, and then I guess this one as well. Alright, so now it says again, advanced C, top C. So the highest I can get is again a 2-star C. I mean the lowest I can get is 2-star C, and the highest is a top C, so that's a 3-star C. If you want to really do something risky, you can also just remove one and then add like a 3-star. What that does is it increases your chances of getting a better core, but at the same time you can also lose the one that you sacrifice. Like for example, here it says advanced B, so that means if I sacrifice these 3, I'm guaranteed to at least get a 2-star B. So these 2 will essentially go up, but at the same time I'll also lose this one. And that says the highest I can get is also top B. So you can choose for yourself, but the safest thing to do is still to get the same star level on the same letter. Let's see what it gives. That's a C red. That's also a fail, but at least it's a red core. So I can use these later on. Let's see. I have 2 C. S, B, B. Here's another B. Then I can use this. And then I could have sworn there was another. Yeah, this one. I don't have it equipped. Oh, that's a good one right here. What just happened is I melted 3 2-star Bs. It gave me a 3-star C, and what that means is I went up wait, it's A, S, D, C. So it's +4 basically. Those 3 that I just sacrificed gave me a +4 core, so now I have a 3-star C core, so it went up 4 times. That's a big win right there. Wait, don't I? I can't upgrade this one, I think. No. No. I have a B. Okay, never mind. Let's see what else I have. Maybe I should just YOLO the 3 stars. Let's see here. I have a lot of purples that I don't really need. Okay, let's go for them. That's a D. Another D. No. Why not? No. That's a waste. Okay, let's see. I actually have 2 A's. You know what? I'm gonna do something risky. I'm gonna have 2 A's, 2-star A's, and 1 2-star B. And the highest I can get is it can actually downgrade to advanced B, like these 2, or it can give me a top B. Let's see. No! What a waste! What a freaking waste! Alright, let's try again. C. You know, this is kind of like gambling, isn't it? You're just wasting your cores. You spend so much time on. But you can also do it safely, but if you're impatient like me, you can just YOLO them. Actually, no, that's a bad idea. If you click on auto registration, by the way, it just randomly chooses a bunch of cores. So it starts from the weakest and at the bottom, and then it goes up and up and up. But I don't want these. Okay, so I have an A, S, S. Yeah, maybe I should do that. Do I have an S? Yeah. So I'll take a 2-star S, and then I'll take the 2-star S sniper and the 2-star S normal damage increase. If I'm lucky, I can actually get the top S, like the highest chord you can get, the 3-star S. So let's see. What a waste. What a waste. Again, +0. I don't know why, but I'm being very unlucky today. I only got a +4 and everything else +0. That's a 2-star D. Wait, don't I have? I have a bunch of 1-stars. Might as well get rid of these first. Oh, nice! Actually, give me a 2-star. Okay, I can use this one then. A D. Not a D. Do I have a D 2-star? I don't. I think I just wasted earlier. Alright, I'll keep these for later. Let's see. Have an A. Another A. No, I think I do. Seems that I have a bunch of B's though. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Let's see. B. B and then B. Oh, now that's a big one right there. Wait, B, A, S. Yeah, it's a +3 right there, I think. I can actually use that one. I'll use it later. Never mind. You know what, since I don't use these 3-star Ds anyway. Another thing, by the way, you can see that this says HP recovery. This says HP increase, HP increase, HP increase, and then... Oh wait, did they actually fix them? Oh, they reversed them, or... Yeah, it looks like they reversed them. There was a bug, a visual bug, where they were they had different names. It looks like they fixed it. So let's get these 3 stars in. I'm still gonna lose the ball. Oh, apparently not. That's an HP up. Is it actually an HP up? Yeah, it is. Do I have anything worse? Doesn't seem like it. I'll keep it for later. What else can I YOLO? Maybe these Ds. Let's see. I have a 3-star D of this, a 3-star D of this. Do I have another 3-star D that I don't need? Oh, this one. Wait, do I actually not need it? Yeah, that's okay. So this one, and this one. And then I get normal. What a waste. Alright, so oh wait, actually, let's go for one final YOLO. Oh, that's good. I was actually missing a few shotgun cores because I YOLO'd them a few weeks ago, so I was missing a few shotgun cores. I wasted them because I don't have a right shotgun yet. I'm using 4 laser, so I have only rifle cores. So now I have a 3-star D shotgun core and 1 2-star S. That's good enough. Alright, so now that we're done with this, sorry if it took so long. I'll put in some words where you can skip to the obstacles on the video if you don't want to watch this. But now that we're done with this, we can go. I can go show you the obstacles and the tips. So let's go do that. So there are currently a total of 17 obstacles, and of these 17 obstacles, 4 have been removed and 5 have been added for this season. The 4 that have been removed are Shield, Meteor, Yin Yang and Laser, and the 5 that have been added this season are Twister, Rage, Grim Reaper, Parasite and Gunpowder Keg. As for the 8 that are left over from previous season, they changed some of them a bit, so let's go over them, starting from the ones that got removed. We have Shield. Now what this does is it would randomly spawn some zombies with a shield around them, And what the shield would do is it would just give them more defense, and all you had to do was just keep on shooting at them until the shield broke, and then you could kill them. It wasn't really that hard to deal with. All you had to do was just keep on shooting at them until they died. Next up we have Meteor, and this obstacle used to be very annoying. What it would do is it would spawn a purple globe on the map, and you had to get inside this purple globe before the time ran out, because when the time ran out it would spawn a meteor from the sky that would fall on the ground, and anyone that was outside of the purple globe at the time would get damaged, but not only the ones that were outside, also the ones that were inside of the purple globe would also get damaged. And the more players that were outside of the purple globe, the more damage you would receive. So all you had to do is just get inside of the purple globe before the time ran out, and no one would take any damage. Another annoying obstacle used to be Yin Yang, and what this would do is it would spawn either a Yang, which is a black circle, or a Yang, which is a white circle, on the ground, and you had to pick them up before the time ran out, and if you didn't, then you would take damage. Now the annoying thing about this is that if someone in your team took the wrong one by accident and yours wasn't available anymore, you would still take damage. The good thing about them was though that they would give you some buffs. The white one used to give you 40 HP, and the black one used to give you a temporary damage boost. And the last obstacle that got removed this season is lasers, and what this would do is it would spawn a bunch of X's on the map, which would charge for like 2 seconds, and they would make a X-shaped blast, which would do damage. And these weren't really so hard to dodge, except for on maps where you didn't have much room to dodge, like on Elite on Earth, for example. Among the new obstacles, there's one called Twisted. What this would do is it would spawn a bunch of tornadoes on the map, which would damage you if you get close to them. But not only that, they could also carry up in the sky, and if you got unlucky, they could carry up high enough for you to take fall damage. These are really annoying on Elite on Earth because you don't really have much room to dodge. How you deal with these is you just have to be careful of your surroundings, and you should be fine, because they also make a lot of noise. Another new obstacle is Rage, and this obstacle would make some zombies have a red aura around them. Those that do would have their speed and their damage increased. It's not really so powerful because they don't have any increase in HP or anything, they just move faster and do more damage. So all I can say is just, shoot them and they're dead, that's it. Another addition to this season's obstacles is Grim Reaper, and Grim Reaper will spawn a purple ball and the Grim Reaper, which is a black flying ghost of the scythe. And this Grim Reaper is completely invulnerable, which means that you can't kill him. He can also phase through objects, which means that he can go through walls, players, zombies, but he will only target the player that has a purple ball in hand. And this purple ball randomly spawns on a random player. You can also give this purple ball to a teammate, but I don't recommend you do that because you can accidentally get your teammates killed that way. But this Grim Reaper, when he gets close to you and he touches you, you instantly die. You can't survive that. But all you have to do is just wait 20 seconds and then he disappears. Coincidentally, there's also the same boss from Dark Tower, which I will make a video about later as well. Parasite's another new obstacle they had this season, and this obstacle would spawn some green poison around some players, and the players that were infected had to be shot by the teammates so that the parasite would disappear. You don't take damage while you're infected, but after like 6 or 7 seconds, if you don't get shot, then you take a bit of damage. Now, I was trying to show it here that when you die while you're infected, you actually become a zombie, but somehow it got bugged and the zombie that spawned was gliding on the ground. I don't know why. Lastly, the 5th obstacle they added this season is Gunpowder Keg, and Gunpowder Keg would spawn a bunch of exploding barrels randomly on the map, and within 3 seconds of spawning, these Gunpowder Kegs would explode. Now you can't really break them no matter how many times you shoot at them, but you can dodge them. They have a red circle around them, and so long as you stay outside of the red circle, then you won't take any damage. Now, of the 8 obstacles that have been left behind from previous seasons, some of them have been changed and some of them are still relatively the same. Of the ones that haven't been changed, lava is one of them. It would spawn a bunch of red puddles on the ground, and they would spawn all at the same time, and if you walked over them, you would take damage. So all I had to do was just look at the ground and watch your steps, and you could easily dodge them. Bombs is another obstacle that's been left behind from previous season, but unlike lava, this one did actually get changed. Previously, it would spawn a bunch of black bombs on the map, which you had to break before the time ran out, because if you didn't break them, then you would take damage depending on how many were still left. And this season, they made it so that the higher the stage you play, the smaller the bombs become, but overall they're still the same. The only difference is that the bombs this season have a little bit less HP. So the moment the bombs spawn, all you have to do is just shoot them immediately before anything else. Up next is Toxic Smoke, and Toxic Smoke also got changed a bit. In Season 1 it would randomly choose a player who would become green, and after 3 seconds it would spawn a green circle around the green player, and anyone that's caught within the green circle would take damage. In this season they made it a bit different by adding a second player that could become green. Now it's different depending on the stage you're playing on, but on the highest stage it would choose 2 players randomly, and those 2 players would become green, and after 3 seconds there would be 2 green circles instead of just 1. So all I had to do was just stay outside of the range and you'll be fine. Now Darkness is still just Darkness, it didn't really change much about it compared to previous season. The only difference that it lasts longer the higher the stage you play. All it would do is it would just make your screen look black, and you just have to pay attention and look around so that you don't get caught off guard and surrounded by zombies. Now lightning is actually pretty straightforward. It would just spawn a bunch of red circles on the ground, and after 1 second a lightning strike would fall there. And if you get hit by a lightning strike you take damage. This obstacle is pretty dangerous on Elite on Earth because you don't really have much room to dodge again. But all you have to do is just stay away from the red circles and you'll be fine. Out of all the obstacles that got left behind from previous season, Attack is definitely the one that got changed the most. Back in Season 1 it would spawn a big Atlas head in the sky that would slowly fall down, and when it hits the ground it explodes and does a lot of damage to all the players that are alive. It usually did enough to insta-kill any player that's alive. And it required at least 4 players to laser it at the same time in order to destroy it. That's how much HP it had. Now in Season 2 they changed it a bit by lowering the HP, and they also gave it different colors. There's a red head, a green head, a light blue head, a dark blue head and a golden head. And the attack head, it looks red obviously, and when you destroy it, it gives you a temporary attack boost. You would do more damage for a short while, and it's written at the top in the yellow letters what it does, but there's also an icon at the bottom next to the shift button where you can see for how long the effect lasts. The green head, which looks green obviously, this one would give you HP when you destroy it. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it gives you 100 HP, but it could vary depending on the stage. But at least on this stage it gave me 100 HP back after I destroyed it. The light blue head gives a temporary speed boost. If you destroy the light blue head it gives you a movement speed increase. And once again, just like the previous two, you can see at the top with the yellow letters what it does, and at the bottom it would show how long it lasts. The dark blue head, this one is a very good one by the way. If you destroy the dark blue head it will give you invincibility, which means that you don't take any damage, and this includes the Grim Reaper. The dark blue head is one of the few exceptions where you don't take any damage from the Grim Reaper. So if you destroy it and the Grim Reaper touches you, it doesn't insta-kill you. And then lastly, the golden head. This golden head is the best of them all. If you destroy the golden head, it would give you all the perks of the previous heads combined. So it would give you a temporary attack boost, it would give you some HP back, it would give you a movement speed increase, and it would give you invincibility. The only drawback is that it lasts a little bit shorter, but the golden head is basically the best head you can get. And with all these heads, what you're always supposed to do when you see it is you destroy it as fast as possible, because even though they lower the HP, the amount of damage it does when it hits the ground is still pretty much the same. So when you see the head, immediately shoot it all at once if you can, and then get it out of the way. Now Magnet is still the same as back in Season 1. If Magnet appears, then you either become red or you become blue, and you're supposed to touch another player that has an opposite color. So if you're red, then you're supposed to touch someone that's blue, and if you're blue, then you're supposed to touch someone that's red. And if you fail to do so in time, or if you accidentally touch someone that has the same color, then you would instantly die. And at the beginning we thought that this was how you were supposed to deal with this obstacle, but apparently, if all 5 players get together in a group at the beginning of a game, and you touch each other when the magnet appears, then it would remove the magnet for the rest of the game. On Elite on Earth you only have to do this once, but on Space Junkyard and on Haunted Mansion you have to do this twice. On Space Junkyard you have to do this at the beginning of the game, and when you move to the second area where the boss is, and on Haunted Mansion you have to do this at the beginning again, and also when you go outside the second area. And if you do this successfully, then it means that you basically have to only deal with 3 obstacles after that. That's why we like to play when there was a week where the magnet was among the obstacles. So every time there's magnet, you just do this at the beginning of the round and you're basically done with it for the rest of the game. As for the last obstacle, Steel, this one is actually very simple, it just steals your ammunition. When Steel appears, which is like every minute or so, it just steals half of your bullets, but it also steals half of your laser. So if you have the M4 laser, for example, it also steals half of that bar. And when it does appear, you can hear a sound which sounds like glass breaking, like this. And then it just steals your ammo. Now the thing is, you can't really do anything against this to block it or to dodge it or whatever. So it's just a minor inconvenience you have to deal with every now and then. Okay, so now that I'm done explaining the obstacles, let's jump over to the rewards, you know, what you get for playing some mod ranked. Now it can all be simplified to 4 different types of rewards. There's cores, there's jewels, there's character items, and then there's weapon pieces. And before I show you how you can get all these rewards, let me first show you the CrossFire wiki page. I'm here on Elite PvE mode rewards, and these are basically all the rewards you get in Season 1. And these are all the ones you can get in Season 2. And yeah, these are the ones you can get in Season 3, but I'll get to that when you reach that season, hopefully. So, there are 3 ways to get cores, and those 3 ways are through core boxes, elite cubes, and from finishing a map. And the way to get core boxes goes as follows. You can get them from weekly play reward, that's from playing 5 games a week and then you get 2 rare core boxes. You can get them from the weekly achievement reward, where you get core boxes depending on what stage you completed. And then there's you can also get them once from the season stage reward. And also at the end of the season you'll also get a bunch of core boxes. As for elite cubes, the only way you can get those is from finishing a map, and you get them based on what stage you finished. So the higher the stage you finished, the higher the level of the elite cube. Jewels, you can get them in 3 ways. The main way to get jewels is by just playing maps, finishing them, and then you can have a chance of getting a jewel at the end of the game. The other way to get them is through elite cubes, which is also by chance. And then there's a third, and that's at the end of the season. After Season 2 ends, then you can get this one. As for character items, aka the wings, because that's literally the only character item you can get. The only way you can get those is from the elite cubes or from the season stage reward, which you can only get once. And also only from Haunted Mansion, the other 2 don't give them. So if you play Haunted Mansion and you beat stage 5, 10, 15, all the way up to stage 35, then you can also get 50 pieces. And lastly, the weapon pieces. There are many weapon pieces that you can get in some mod ranked, but there's only like 4 exclusive ones. So if you go to your storage and you go to item, and then you go to the search bar and type in piece, there's only 4 really, and these 4 are the Raging Bull Buster, the Grenade Fusion Terminator, the Grim Reaper Crystal, and the M240B Tesla Gold. And there are a lot of others you can get, which aren't exclusive to some mod rank, but let me show you first how you can get all of them. Now let me start with the Tesla Gold, because this is the season exclusive weapon that you can only get this season. In the previous season it was the M41S Red Laser. You can't get this one anymore. You'll probably be able to get it in the future, but for now you can't get it anywhere. And this season it's the Tesla Gold. There's only 2 ways to get the Tesla Gold pieces, and that's from the weekly achievement reward and from the end of season reward. These are the only ways that you can get the Tesla Gold pieces, and after you have like 100 pieces or so, then you can combine them and make a permanent version of it. Now as for the Grenade Fusion Terminator, the Grim Reaper Crystal, the Raging Bull Buster, and the Xenodol, you can get all 4 of them from elite cubes, but on top of that you can also get the Grim Reaper Crystal from finishing Haunted Mansion stages, from the season stage reward. You get 50 each, depending on the stages you finish. And on top of that you can also get the Raging Bull Buster from just finishing some maps. Now as for the Xenodol, this one is a bit different. You don't get it in pieces, you immediately get it as a full thing. In order to see it, wait, right here, doll accessory, this one. Now this one you can only get from elite cubes, and according to Diablo, a friend of mine, he said that you can get it in like 1 out of 400 elite cubes, so there's like a 0.25% chance to get this. And you just have to open elite cubes, preferably those that are level 5 or 6, or even level 3, I think those work as well. And you can get this one permanent immediately, you don't have to get it in pieces. Okay, so we're almost done here. Moving on to the tips on weapons, characters and items. I'm gonna separate these in two different categories, which are free weapons, characters, and items, and paid weapons, characters, and items. And what I mean by that is that the free ones you can get with GP, time, or EP, and the paid ones you can only get with ZP or with luck. Okay, so starting with the free ones, I'm gonna start with characters and items first because it's just one thing anyway. For characters, I recommend the Persona Void. And the reason why is because just like Paola and Florence, this character has an unlimited ammo ability. The only difference is that unlike Paola and Florence, this character only gives unlimited ammo to himself. This unlimited ammo ability can help you do a lot more damage per second. And it takes long to recharge, but at least you still get 8 seconds of unlimited ammo. And the way to get this character is by playing Void Rift. And if you go to Void Rift and you click on more info over here, you can see there's like a bar. And you get this character in pieces. Like you get 10 pieces first, and then you get 10 pieces again, and then 20, 30. You have to reach all the way up until Platinum 9 over here. That's when you get the last pieces. And when you get 100 pieces, you can trade him in for a permanent version of himself. And I'll explain all of this in another video later on. As for the free item, that's very simple actually. You just go to Black Market, create coupon, and it's right here. CM Unlimited Magazine. And this one just gives you unlimited mag, so you don't have to constantly go to the ammo box and reload your ammo. That's it. You can buy it for 10 coupons, which is very cheap. You can get coupons by just spinning GP crates, I think. Let's see. Yeah. This one. Every gun, every GP crate from Beretta and above has coupons in them. So you can get them from here. Now as for the weapons, there are many main weapons that you can get, which are anti-zombie, which are actually pretty good in Zombie Mode Ranked. But the two main ones that I recommend are either the M4 Laser or the Righteous Shotgun. And you can get the Righteous Shotgun also from Void Rift. You can get it in pieces. You just have to do this bar twice though. When you reach the end, you have to use this ability here, and then you start all over again and get the pieces. Or you can play Dark Tower, and you can get lucky and get a few pieces, but it's rare. So other than that, there's pistols as well. The best pistol for Zombie Mode Ranked is undoubtedly the Raging Bull Buster. And the reason why is because it helps you recharge your bars. Like for example, if you have the Dow Royale, which is the best melee to use in Zombie Mode Ranked, or the Nunchaku Noble Silver, I heard that they make your M4 laser bar and your melee bar recharge even if you don't have them equipped at the time. So that's why I also always recommend the Raging Bull Buster Gold. It also gives you a speed boost. As for the melee, like I said, it's either the Nunchaku Noble Silver or the Dow Royal Sword, and the reasons for that is because they both have invincibility. When the bar fills up, you can right click and it will give you a few seconds of invincibility. Also, when you get the Raging Bull Buster at first, it'll look white, like, let's see, Buster, oh, Buster, yeah, it'll look like this. And if you, you can upgrade them. You have to click on Weapon Upgrade, and then on Awakening, and then you scroll to the weapon that you want to upgrade, like this one for example. Then you just use Awakening Jewels. The first upgrade to make it red costs 30 jewels, and then to make it gold it costs 50 jewels, so 80 in total. Also do remember that if you want to upgrade them, you have to first unequip them from your bags, because you can't upgrade them when you have them in your bag. And for the paid stuff, let's go to the item shop. For the characters, I recommend the Paola or the Florence. They're kind of the same. They both have the Bless ability, which gives unlimited ammo to the entire team. Let's see. Which one is it? Yeah, I think, yeah, there we go. Bless. And for items, the paid item that you can use in Zombie Mode Ranked are the rings. And one more thing about the rings, by the way. Every week on Monday you get one free recharge for the rings, which you can buy with GP. But if you don't want to wait, you can also go to the black market, create coupon, and buy ring enchants. And when you buy ring enchants, I recommend you buy 10 at a time. Or not buy 10 at a time, I mean use 10 at a time. For example, you get 5 ring enchants for 10 coupons. I'm just gonna buy 2 right now. There we go. And again. And now when you go to the rings, let's see. I'll do it on this one. If you want to change the, let's see, I think it was like this. Yeah, right here. You just click on the one you want to change, and then you see here it says you have 10 items to reapply accessory effects. Instead of choosing one time, choose this one 10 times, and then it looks like this. It gives you 10 different, resets. On top of that, you also get one bonus effect. Now, unfortunately, it didn't really give me anything better. Like, you could say maybe this one is better, but I'd rather have the HP. So I'm just gonna keep this one. And with the paid weapons, the only 2 that I recommend are the M4 Obsidian VIP, if I can find it. There are so many VIPs. There we go. The M4 Obsidian VIP has this ability right here called Zombie Mode Critical Attack. And what it does is it gives you a critical hit every now and then. Now this ability stacks and works in Zombie Mode Ranked as well. So this means that if you have a lot of CP to waste, then you could actually buy 6 M4 Obsidians, equip them, and then have, the first bag be like the Righteous Shotgun or the M4 Razor or something. And then you could, it would increase your critical rate or your critical damage, one of the two. And it will just increase your DPS. As for the other weapon, it's the AA12 Hexacore. And in order to get the AA12 Hexacore, you first need to get the AA12 Buster first. And you get this one by going to the the black market to page 3 and buying this crate. Or waiting for events or something, but yeah, you need this gun at least, the AA12 Buster. And then you go to Weapon Upgrade, Awakening, and then choose AA12 Buster. Then you awaken it with jewels, but eventually you need this thing right here. And you have to get these by paying ZP, you can buy them from the item shop. You can also get them from the Battle Pass, I heard. I think you need like 200 or so to get the max amount. So if you have the ZP for it, then you should try to get this one, because I heard that it's the best anti-zombie weapon to use in Zombie Mode Ranked. And here is a clip that Diablo sent to me of him buying the Awaken Water and then upgrading it. So first he's buying the Awaken Water, which you can buy for ZP in the item shop. And then he went to his storage, and then he clicks on Weapon Combination, and here he clicks on Enhanced Awaken Jewel, and now he's using the Awaken Water to create Enhanced Awaken Jewels. And apparently you need the 63 in total, not 250, you need more than 250 jewels, but the Enhanced Awaken Jewel you only need exactly 63 to upgrade the Hexacore to the max. So you see, he's using 3 and then 5 and then 10 and then 15, I think. Yeah, 15. And then 30 for the last one. And you need a lot of jewels for this, like around 1,000 or so, I think. Alright, so there's one more thing left that I need to talk about and then we're completely done with the video. And that is Zombie Mode Ranked Obstacle Rotation. Now every week there's a new set of obstacles, but there's actually a pattern behind them. It starts off, let's see, right here, yeah. It started off with Twisted Attack, Grim Reaper's Rage, and then it went to Gunpowder Keg, Parasite Magnet Steel, and then this one, and then this one, and then this one, this one, this one, this one, and then this one. And then it starts again with Twisted Attack, Grim Reaper Rage. So there's a total of 9 obstacle combinations, and then it restarts all over again. So they're basically being put in rotation. Gunpowder Keg, Parasites, Toxic Smoke, Darkness is the last one, and then it goes back to this. So I'll just show you this, like this, so you can tell. With this you can actually predict what obstacles you're gonna get next week, and then the week after that, and so forth and so forth. And we use this list to see when we would get the magnet, because when there's a magnet, that's when the weeks are the easiest. Up until... I wrote a few extra just in case the season doesn't end. Up until week 50. There we go. So currently we're June 20 something, so that's this one. Yeah, with this what we have right now: Gunpowder Keg, Attack, Toxic Smoke, and Rage. And next week it'll be Lava, Parasite, Magnet, and Steel. So if you want to try to break a new record, that's actually a pretty decent set of obstacles. Alrighty then, we're finally done after 1 hour. It's been a year since I have last uploaded the video. The next video won't take this long, you can bet on that. I've been kinda busy with other stuff. But anywho, I hope you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. See ya!